Good morning, Jai Hind, my dear children. How are you? I hope you all are fine. And now there is the introduction of class 12th book before you, and this is very interesting thing. This is starting with the chapter, the last lesson. This is the first lesson you are going to study, but this is called the last lesson. And this is not the last lesson, this is the beginning. This is the beginning of something new, striking. The chapter is about a small boy and a teacher, but this is not about a boy and a teacher. This is about the nationalism. This is about what we have to think about our own mother tongue, what we have to do to raise our mother tongue or flourish our mother tongue well. This is about many things you will come to know, many things you will discover when you study this chapter. So very interesting. Sometimes you feel very serious, you will be sad when you read the Little Franz, what happened to that boy, why this chapter is called the last lesson. So many things are there, and you will discover one by one after reading this chapter. So before I start, I have given you some introduction about the chapter. It is the linguistic chauvinism, it is about nationalism, it is about many things we can say. So I am going to read the chapter and provide you the explanation. Before I start reading the chapter, I want to provide you few details about the author. So who has written? Alfonso has written this. He was a French novelist and a short story writer. The last lesson is set in the days of the France-Prussian War 1870-71, in which France was defeated by Prussia, led by Bismarck. Prussia then consisted of what now are the nations of Germany, Poland, and part of Austria. In this story, the French districts of Alsace and Lorraine have passed into Prussian hands. Read the story to find out what effect this had on life at school. When soldiers are fighting, when battles are won or lost, this is not only the impact received by the soldier, but the whole nation suffers. The whole nation suffers its consequences, has to face everything in different ways it has. So the chapter starts with a boy named Franz. What he was doing here was going to school, and what happened when he reached the school. So I am going to read the chapter. I started for school very late that morning. That means on that particular day. That is a demonstrative noun, you are knowing. Here that demonstrate that particular day something special happened. I started for school very late that morning and was in great dread of a scolding, especially because Mr. M. Hamel had said that he would question us on participle, and I did not know the first word about them. For a moment I thought of running away and spending the day out of doors. It was so warm, so bright. The birds were chirping at the edge of the woods, and in the open field back of the sawmills the Prussian soldiers were drilling. It was all much more tempting than the rules for participle, but I had the strength to resist and hurried off to school. So Franz, a little boy, is about to go to school, but he was not happy because he got some homework and his homework was not completed. He didn't do the homework, that's why he feared to be scolded by the teacher. When he was going to school, a lot of temptations were there in his way, But what he said that I won the temptation, I had the strength to resist, and he hurriedly went. जब फ्रेंड्स स्कूल जा रहा था तो उसको ये डर था, स्कूल तो उसको जाना था लेकिन उसको ये डर था कि आज तो मुझे बहुत डांट पड़ेगी क्योंकि होमवर्क मैंने किया नहीं है, और रास्ते में उस जैसे शरारती बच्चे के लिए दुनिया जहान की चीज़ें थी जो उसको ललचा रही थी, लेकिन वो अपने आप पे बहुत प्राउड फील कर रहा था ये सोच के कि उसने उन सारी चीज़ों को, रुकावटों को दरगुजर करते हुए वो अपने स्कूल की तरफ आराम से जाने लगा था. When I passed the town hall, there was a crowd in front of bulletin board. For the last 2 years, all our bad news had come from there. The lost battle, the draft, the orders of the commanding officer, and I thought to myself without stopping, what can be the matter? Then as I hurried by as fast as I could go, the blacksmith watcher who was there with his apprentice reading the bulletin called after me, "Don't go so fast, Bob. You will get to your school in plenty of time." I thought he was making fun of me, and I reached Mr. Hamill's little garden all out of breath. So when he was moving to school, lot of ideas were there in his mind. He was thinking lots of things. Mind was full of certain things. What he noticed when he passed the town hall, he noticed that there was gathering, and through this passage, writer conveys that what was the bulletin board, and they got bulletin bad or good and bad news for the last 2 years there. He was in hurry, so there was a blacksmith who called him and said, "Don't go too fast, there is no need to go too fast, you have a lot of time." What he thought that he was joking. Sometimes we say ना, अरे रुक जाओ, और ऐसा लगता है जैसे कि मजाक उड़ा रहा है. उसको भी ऐसा लगा कि जैसे कि वो मोची उसका मजाक उड़ा रहा है, उसको मजाक कर रहा है कि एक तो उसको पहले से देर हो रही थी और जल्दी से जा रहा था, और उस पर से वो कह रहा है कि तुम्हारे पास बहुत टाइम है, तुम पहुंच जाओगे. उससे ऐसा लगा कि वो उसका मजाक उड़ा रहा है, उसको चिढ़ा रहा है, लेकिन उसे हकीकत तो पता नहीं थी. बस उसने देखा कि लोगों की भीड़ है बुलेटिन बोर्ड के बाद, उसका थोड़ा सा माथा ठनका, लेकिन उसे समझ नहीं आया कि एक्चुअल में क्या हुआ है. Usually when school began, there was a great whistle which could be heard out in the streets, the opening and closing of desks, lessons repeated in unison, very loud with our hands over our ears to understand better, and the teacher's great ruler rapping on the table. But now it was all so still. I had counted on the commotions or to get to my desk without being seen, but of course that day everything had to be as quiet as Sunday morning. Through the window I saw my classmates already in their places, and Mr. Hamill walking up and down with his terrible iron ruler under his arm. I had to open the door and go in before everybody. You can imagine how I blushed and how frightened I was. But nothing happened. Mr. Hamill saw me and said very kindly, "Go to your place quickly, little Franz. We were beginning without you." I jumped over the bench and sat down at my desk. Not till then, when I had got a little over my fright, did I see that our teacher had on his beautiful green coat, his frilled shirt, and the little black silk cap, all embroidered, that he never wore except on inspection and prize days. Besides, the whole school seemed so strange and solemn. But the thing that surprised me most was to see on the back benches that were always empty the village people sitting quietly like ourselves. Old Hauser with his 3-cornered hat, the former mayor, the former postmaster, and several others. Besides, everybody looked sad, and Hauser had brought an old primer, thumb and the edge, and he held it open on his knee with his legged spectacles lying across the pages. So to his surprise, what he thought to enter in the class silently before anybody can notice. But what happened when he went inside in the class? Mr. Hamill welcomed him. He was surprised What he was expected to be scolded, but he was welcome. But the most surprising thing was that the last benches were all filled with the people of villages, old village peoples seated over there. Mr. Hamill wore the special dress. All these things struck his mind. He was not able to think what happened there. जब वो स्कूल में पहुंचता है तो चुपके से क्लास में पीछे से जाके बैठने के बारे में सोचता है, लेकिन होता क्या है, मिस्टर हैमल उसे देख लेते हैं, उसको मुस्कुराते हुए वेलकम करते हैं. वो बेहोश होने के करीब था और उससे भी ज़्यादा उस हैरत का पहाड़ उसके ऊपर टूटा जब उसने देखा कि पूरी पीछे की सीटें भरी हुई हैं. जो विलेज के लोग थे सारे बैठे हुए थे, बूढ़े लोग बड़े लोग बैठे हुए थे. उसको समझ में नहीं है क्या बात है. और मिस्टर हैमल ने अपना ख़ास कपड़ा पहना हुआ था जो ख़ास मौक़े पे पहनते थे. वो हैरान परेशान जाके पीछे की बेंच पे बैठ गया. While I was wondering about it all, Mr. Hamill mounted his chair and in the same grave and gentle tone which he had used to me said, "My children, this is the last lesson I shall give you. The order has come from Berlin to teach only German in the schools of Alsace and Lorraine. The new master comes tomorrow. This is your last French lesson. I want you to be very attentive." और यहाँ पे वो बताते हैं कि आज की क्लास क्यों ख़ास है, क्योंकि बर्लिन से ऑर्डर आया है, फ्रेंच हार गए हैं और अब वहाँ पे फ्रेंच नहीं पढ़ाई जा सकती है. इस वजह से आज वो उनकी आखिरी क्लास ले रहे हैं. इट वॉज़ वेरी स्पेशल फॉर अ टीचर and not only for teachers. The whole village was ashamed. Why they were ashamed, we will discuss in my next video. Why they were ashamed, why they feel embarrassed, what is the reason behind all these things, we will discuss in my next video. I hope you enjoy. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, my dear children.